Cotton towels.
Shower curtain. Define that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York.
Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me out.
There's only one place to get more Taylor.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Well, welcome back to the big show. Tonight's Tuesday night Crash Talk for Tuesday, the 31st of March, 2015. Yeah, we're finally getting into that spring thing. Well, 3/4 of the country is, but the Northeast still sucks. Snow and ridiculous cold temperatures, while everybody is rocking it with 30-degree plus temperatures in many other parts of the United States. And indeed, the west coast of Canada is doing well, too. My hometown, those cherry blossoms have been out there for a good month and a half already. Why the hell did I come here again? Oh, right, to do this show. Ha ha! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and it's good to be back. Yes, yes. Once again, next segment of the show, I will be opening up the phone lines for you if you want. 914-873-1NYC or 914-873-1692. You can basically tell me to go to hell and that I'm all wrong about this guy, and it's not a racial thing. Well, hey, I submit it is, because right in the story, New York Times, quote, he was cheered for his being a hottie, for being smart and sophisticated, and for not being another white guy. End quote. It's almost like saying that white guys now in media are no good, and I guess I can sort of understand it with that whole NBC's Brian Williams dealio. Yes, white men do lie, but you know what? Black men do too. So I'm not sure if that really would apply. No. And of course, what happened to the great, the wonderful, the awesome man himself? Well, he went on to bigger and better things, didn't he? Yes, Jon Stewart. He's established, he's done, and he's out and going on up to bigger and better things. And who wouldn't? You know, I'm not downing Jon Stewart for leaving the damn show and leaving the opening and letting this idiot come in. No. That's not what I'm ranting about. I think it's good to have a change. Yeah. Every once in a while, why not? But what is this really? Do you think Comedy Central said, well, now we got to go out and get a black guy? Do you think that's what they said? I don't think that's what they said, but I also don't think that they said, let's go out and get a really well-known, talented comedian. They didn't say that either. No, they didn't. So what are they giving us here? Are they happy with the metrics? Are they happy with the market segment just remaining status quo? Well, we've got all these awards already. We've kind of had our run, so let's just throw this ninny up there and run for a couple of more seasons and see what happens. Is that really the logic behind it? Well, you might think that it's not. But I can tell you that other shows, both popular and not on television, have been pretty much conceived and decided upon in much that same way. That rudimentary thinking of the executives. And the big question, will this bite Comedy Central in the ass? Well, quite possibly it could. Certainly, as far as professionalism goes, I'm not really seeing much from this guy, so I think the powder keg could go off at any time. Do I think he's actually going to make it that 6 months to go to taping? Well, I don't. No. Because I've checked into this Trevor Noah as much as somebody can about somebody else relatively unknown on the internet, and he's not all that. I've seen some YouTube videos of his stand-up routine, and it's kind of I didn't even find myself giggling at any point in it. His delivery and presence on camera I don't think is very good either. But then what do I know? I don't like the guy from Talk Soup either. But that's partly why. Well, that's those stupid little thin single-breasted suits. Yeah, those little things that the women get all the beta males to wear. You ever notice that recently? Yes, all the men around New York City anyway. There's no men that carry any weight anymore, any presence. No. Why? Well, because the women have dressed them up to look like elves. And I'm not even kidding. No. Pull your heads up out of your ass, away from that iPhone 5, and look around on the street tomorrow. And you will see exactly what I'm talking about. These little thin suits. I don't. How the hell? What happens in the wintertime? Well, they still wear these little thin suits. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just too old. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Back in my day, we had winter suits, we had summer suits, we had spring suits, and we had fall suits. And they were all made of different materials. And yes, dare I say, wool and tweed. Oh, my God. Yes, the good old, well, what do you call it? The English standard, I guess. Yes. Wear yourself a nice tweed herringbone in the fall and winter, don't you? Yes, because you have to, because the suits aren't all that warm in the first place. But what do they got today? Well, we've got Christine Louboutin and all these lovely designers coming up with even thinner ties, even thinner material suits, all single-breasted. There's no double-breasted anymore because, geez, what did the double-breasted suit used to do? It used to make the man look like he presented with a larger chest. Yes. Well, we don't have those anymore. Yes, like I said, take your iPhone 5, put it down, look up and look around at how the people are dressed these days. Men are dressed ridiculously, and it doesn't stop at the suits. Oh, no. No. Whatever happened to those nice double-breasted, double-zip-up biker jackets? Huh? You know the ones I'm talking about, like Arnold Schwarzenegger wore in Terminator 2. Remember that biker jacket? Those were biker jackets. Now what do we see for leather jackets in the city? Well, I'm telling you. We're seeing these single-breasted, thin little leather jackets that like, literally, the leather is so thin, it's like they're killing calves for this. They're paper-thin leather jackets, and they're single-breasted, a little zipper up the front, so, they can still wear their thin little ties. And then the shoes. Oh, my God, let me get to the shoes. What is with this elf shoe thing? Is anybody really going to tell me that a man's a man, the kind of man you'd look up to in battle, the kind of man that would smoke a cigarette, drink a fifth of rye, and go grab a girl and carry her off by the waist to bed? Do you think he designed the shoe? No, he didn't. Nope. No, women designed those stupid little elf shoes that I'm talking about. You know the ones. Those long, pointed dress shoes that your wife or girlfriend keeps trying to make you wear. Yeah, those ones. Yeah. Well, do you think Trevor Noah has a pair of those? I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's got a closet full of them. But hey, what am I really talking about? Because why does all that matter? You know, so the guy follows fashion, he's a comedian, and he's in the public eye, he needs to follow fashion. Well, if you need to follow fashion, then maybe follow a little bit of the PC, and don't piss off the Israelis and the Jews in your first 24 hours. How about that? See, this is why this kind of balance just doesn't work for me. Is this guy David Letterman? Not a chance in hell. Is he even another... Is he a Bill Maher? No, he's nowhere near as smart. No, but he's smart and sophisticated, according to them. Do you believe it? I'm not sure I believe it. Well, actually, no. I know I don't believe it. I know I don't. It's total bullshit. It is. Yes. And, of course, being lauded for not being another white guy. I don't understand that. What's the problem now all of a sudden with white guys? You know, with all this Ferguson stuff, all these uproars about killing these unarmed black teens who were in the midst of committing serious crimes in each and every case, which you don't hear about. No, nobody wants to know what the black guy was doing that got the police attention in the first place. It's not about that. It's about Black Lives Matter, damn it. Is that what's behind this decision to put this absolute unknown dude in the big chair of Jon Stewart? Yeah? Because he's not another white guy? I don't know. Let's kind of look historically at white guys in comedy and white guys in hosting television shows, shall we? And of course, I would throw out the David Letterman, sure, but he's got a 35, almost 40-year career of doing one hell of a bang-up show, one hell of a job of hosting. Everybody on the planet knows him. Everybody in the business wants to be on it. That's something you'd need to aspire to, and that's a white guy. Oh, no. But, you know, I'm just being, you know, my racist self, I suppose you'd say. That's what I hear all the time. How about another white guy, Bob Hope? Does that name ring a bell with any of you? For the majority of you listening to my show, because we do get the demographics here at HTLA, and I know most of you are 37 to 45 years old, 55% of you are men, and 45% of you are women. I know that. So I know you all know who Bob Hope is. But I can guarantee you the people that this Comedy Central show appeals to don't. No. You might have the odd one who knows because his mom or dad mentioned it to them, or his mom or dad has a shrine to Bob Hope in their study or something, but by and large, they're not going to know who that is. And let's talk about Bob Hope. Master of comedy. Absolutely. Master of ceremonies at countless roasts long before these Comedy Central garbage swearfest roasts were popular. Oh, yes, we had them back in the 60s, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we did. It was intelligent comedy back then. It wasn't how many whores and FUs can you say in 30 seconds like it seems to be now. But maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe the market that this appeals to is this guy is exactly what they want and need. And am I here to say that that's not okay? No. Absolutely not. But the funny thing is that I've been a longtime fan of South Park since it started up in Canada. Thank you very much. Do you know why that show was started, America? South Park makes fun of Americans. Yes, it does. It's made by Canadians. And it does nothing but ridicule America all day long. And the American populace does what? Do they take offense? No. They eat it up. They love it. They think it's hilarious. Well, yeah, I guess, because you're at ground zero, you're living it. But let me tell you, from the perspective of outside the country,